Anyway, I was just thinking that song that was on before, Tracy Chapman, that's about desperation when you're at the bottom of the pile in a very, boring and not very rewarding in any way job, and you want to get away from it. And I think so many of us are in that position now, that we're like wage slaves. We haven't got a future. There's a few people who've got a lot of money who could actually make it better for us and stop all the cuts that are being forced upon us now. And one of the things I'm thinking about is what's happening in Greece and in other countries, like you just mentioned about suicide levels. Well, what happens if the people in Greece, if they have another election and they elect a government that decides we're not going to have these austerity cuts? That's when we might feel our power. We need to learn about our responsibility and not be frightened to do something.
I think the austerity agenda is very interesting because everyone seems to go, oh, we've maxed out on our credit cards, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's interesting. How many people who've maxed out on their credit cards are no longer able to eat? All people who say that are people who are still comfortable in the fact that they've got enough money to do things and probably will so for a while. And it's different when it gets to a country level because you're actually paying for people to be able to live, whether they're reliant on state benefits or they're in a hospital and reliant on medical care. And it's perfectly okay to, all the people here, that if there's austerity you can make cuts and you can kill people. Because letting people die through cuts is exactly the same as killing them. I think there's no difference. So we're all very, very content with the idea to be mass murderers by taking away the right to life for other people. We're very content with that as a society. And I think that's a major problem with the way society is. We're very happy about killing other people as a society. We're very happy to spend our money on war in other countries instead of on helping people in this country, instead of supporting people with disabilities. But no, people with disabilities are evil. They must be got rid of in any way. There's this whole rhetoric of demonising people, which has come about now, so that we can support the killing of people in other countries. So, we're a society that enjoys the idea of mass murder and enjoys the idea of taking things away from people. In that climate, the austerity agenda has become quite popular. And I think that's a problem. I think a lot of people kind of tacitly support the austerity agenda. And I don't really know how to raise consciousness amongst people to change that.
Andy, I appreciate that you're shouting so that people can hear, as well as because you're angry. But people are commenting that they're finding it intimidating.
Come on, yeah. That's a good thing.
Actually that's a very interesting point because it reflects to me exactly what I was talking about when I first spoke in the circle about how people feel that we have to censor ourselves against being afraid about what other people think. And what I was noticing was that Tanzir was addressing all his emotion to the centre of the circle, to the circle. It was right in, and it was being addressed to the people who were here speaking. Now, it was not being addressed to anybody else, it wasn't a rant that passes by, it was addressing people who have stopped to talk and to listen here. And I think this is, this all to me is indicative of the subtle mindset which has been inculcated, that people are afraid of anybody who steps out of line from the conventional reality which is portrayed by the conventional mainstream news media, which does not report the really important things that are going on, such as Iceland. Now, I don't watch TV anymore, but I'd be absolutely certain that what's been going on in Iceland about them basically saying the debt is a false construction and we're not going to pay it, and how they have been on the way to economic recovery for the last 18 months or so, since they did this, and since they have started prosecuting some of the corrupt bankers who got Iceland into this situation in the first place. And I think that's one of the really important things about this whole austerity agenda and cuts is that all the debt is actually largely, a lot of the problems with the pensions, for instance, is that the banking corporations and the speculative traders have speculated and gambled with these funds so that they are worth less than they were, because they've extracted huge profits and allowed them to, and then after that's happened, they've sold them off and they've crashed. And there's a whole lot of financial corruption going on behind all this, the immense insider dealing, and the fact that the so-called austerity agenda, which is being supported and propagated by the media, such as the BBC, completely and utterly evades and avoids the issue of where this is really coming from and what is really going on. First of all, it's coming from massive insider corruption within the financial and corporate world. And then what's happening is that now that they've managed to sleight of hand their way into controlling the government and controlling all the world governments mostly, we're now in a situation where the people at the bottom of the pile are being made to pay for it. People on health disabilities, people who are losing their houses through repossessions, all this kind of stuff. Pension cuts again, and the entire financial system, which is debt-based, it's based on the creation of money and the loaning of money and the creation of debt, is geared towards vacuuming the money up from the millions and billions of little people who live ordinary lives and sucking it up so that the wealth is all controlled at the top. And this basically, they know what this is, and this is what it's about, and it fits in with a massive psychological control agenda, because as I said earlier, people are afraid to step out of line. So anyway, I'd just like to finish and say thank you for listening, and I think that people should, if they can only do one thing, it's think for themselves and be prepared to step out of line. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just saying to we've got a new member of the just wondered if you'd like to introduce yourself and we're using this as a talking piece, so when it's your turn to talk.
Just give me your first name if you like.
I'm Julian, I've been watching this job centre last week. They've come along, it'll be good. All sorts of opinions are valued. So I'm here to hear what the people think, really. Julian.
Okay, I'll just repeat that a bit louder. I don't think everyone heard. This is Julian, and we met him outside the job centre a few days ago, and he's come, he liked the idea of all sorts of people coming together to share their opinions. So welcome, Michelle.
I'd just like to, in a sense, I don't want to concentrate on them anymore. I don't care about their corruption. I don't care about how much power they think they've got. They've got numbers trapped away in there. I want to move beyond that. And again, I'm in a position where money doesn't come into my life. buying things. I get enough of the benefits to keep the corporations happy. That's my existence. That's my whole existence. Unless I think outside the box. Ways of thinking outside the box and talking about, not in terms of what I am, someone asked me earlier, the first interview I think, was what's my occupation? I don't have one, but I do teach, I support learning, I speak to people, I write, I draw, I paint, I dance, I get to know them, I share what I can, I look after my kids, I cook. I want to move beyond that, and any commodification of that as well. I know how I've been affected by having no money. That's affected the education my kids have had. That's affected what they can access when we can access supposedly free services. Again, and I want to move on from again any of our basic needs such as health and education and welfare and homes and food and our basic needs move beyond any monetary value, any idea of profit whatsoever. It shouldn't come into it. The profit is us being healthy as a society, as a global society.
Absolutely, yeah, right.
I suppose wanting to come back to that, it all ties together. Something that distresses me incredibly is the way in which so many vulnerable people, because they've been made to feel that their worth as a human being is measured by their ability to be in waged employment and to pay their way, as if it wasn't all the same money anyway, regardless of whether you get it through benefits or through working for a company or by being married to somebody who works and gets it from somewhere. That somehow you don't have any entitlement to be part of society unless you're in waged employment. But we all work. God, we all, those of us who don't have paid work often work harder than most people do, and at far more worthwhile things. I guess I'm interested in what Mark thinks as a mental health worker and what anybody else thinks about. Are the things that we can be doing right now to actually help people, enable people, first of all, to feel more of that human dignity and to alleviate that emotional distress that's being caused to people, and also possibly to begin changing things.
Just respond to what's your name, sorry? Ellen, what Ellen was saying. I think doing this sort of thing is very important because I think we often in sort of capitalist society feel incredibly powerless at minds when separate from everything, and I think it's actually wonderful when people start to fight back. I think that's when you start to realise that we are powerful and we can change things. And I think, I just want to add really that one of the reasons why I came down today is I'm incredibly worried about what's happening to the National Health Service. We talked about corporate greed and corruption, and the Health and Social Care Bill that's just gone through Parliament is a privatiser's agenda. Basically, we've got private companies such as Virgin Healthcare and Surrey Health lining up to make profits out of people being ill. Virgin Healthcare is already trying to buy profitable bits of the health service, and this is at a time when the government has implemented £20 billion worth of cuts to the health service, and you're seeing massive changes to the health service, and it's an absolute nightmare. So just to add to that, once we're finished here, my comrade here and a few others will be going to outside Virgin mobile shop down the way and having a protest there, getting people aware of what's happening in the health service and start to oppose the likes of Richard Branson and all the rest of it. That's someone else.
We've got a new person in the circle. Would you like to introduce yourself and just say a bit about what you brought here?
My name's Lauren, and I just came here today because I feel like you guys might feel a little bit how I do about the way the whole world's going. I'm quite a following like Anonymous on the internet, and yeah, I just want things to change really. I don't agree with what's going on. I feel like there's a bigger divide, and the rich and the poor, there's no in between anymore, and I just feel like it'll keep progressively getting worse if we don't all do something together. So I just thought I'd come down today and see what everyone else has got to say. That's on the ball.
Say something a bit positive as well, because I'm retired, not doing any paid work, as you would say, so I know I'm one of the lucky ones that gets a pension. I really, because all the people have said, the government's really trying to divide everybody up, one against the other, aren't they? The older people against younger people, that we're a drain on society because we've retired, we've got pensions. And people on benefits and people in work who are just the same people at different stages of their lives. And the same with health. They're attacking the health service as well on the basis of people, you know, who look after themselves well. They again are the deserving healthy and the undeserving unhealthy who have other problems, obesity and other sorts of things, are going to be targeted for worse health services. So there's lots of efforts to make divisions. I do think that things like this, but other things in the health campaign, the pensions, there's lots of ways we can come together, and I think that is the answer. Like I'm a member of Unison, we have a retired members action group, so we had our banner down the pension strike of the Unite and the PCS rally. We can't come out and strike, but we can show that those of us who've got pensions are behind and trying to get them. Like in the health service with people of every age, trying to fight that. On the women's issue too, I'm involved with that group. It's a large older women who've been involved in the struggle for women's rights for many years, trying to regenerate and get in touch with the younger women's groups in Leeds, and possibly get a conference together in the autumn about the way that austerity is affecting women. So I think it is the coming together of the age divide, defying the government and, as you say, speaking out, which is the answer.
Just to carry on from that, you know, just trying to pull threads together that people have been talking about. I think that, as this lady said over here to my left a minute ago, we have to go beyond the problem. We have to go beyond the fact that there's massive corporate corruption and cultural control. Because what it's about is taking our own power and control over our own lives, thinking for ourselves, not cooperating and with the coercive system, and challenging it wherever you possibly can. Think for yourself, become more aware, searching out all sorts of new information about the nature of the world. There's a tremendous revival of interest in what some people might call quantum consciousness at the moment, and this is something which is probably kind of way beyond the limit of what a lot of people think about when they think about occupation and all this sort of stuff. But there is a great belief amongst many people that what's taking place with regard to this war upon the people of the planet by a very small minority of people is actually something which the only practical evolutionary response to it is to play our own reality stronger than theirs. Now this is all very difficult and complicated and everything, but ultimately we have to follow our own lives, our own paths, our own truth, and to challenge the paradigm that is out there, because it's kind of bizarre, paranoid world that's turned into, where money is more important than people, things are more important than people. People get used, people are of no value except for their economic worth. We're even getting into a kind of world where people are talking about, you know, having transhumanist agendas and stuff like that. There's a whole thing you can look up because it's kind of way beyond this. But we have to assert our humanity, we have to assert our free will, we have to challenge the oppression, and we have to, above all else things, be ourselves and not be what people try to make us to be. Okay, that's my rant at the moment. Anyway, thanks.
Hello, are you alright?
Hi. You want to introduce yourself?
I'll just introduce myself now. I'm Claire. I was involved in Occupy Leeds, but I left Leeds, and now I'm back on it. I'm just going to listen for now and then. Yes.
What was occurring to me when I came here today was that a lot of this stuff about finance is keep talking about growth. You've got to have growth. I partly understand it, because if people haven't got jobs then they can't afford to buy anything. But do we need all the things that they want us to buy? Actually, if we keep growing, if I kept growing and always like 10 to the store, I'd have to eat a lot more. And you know, they're trying to do this they're saying this about finance, we need to grow all the time. And things like perfectly good companies like Marks and Spencer, who the director got kicked out because they weren't growing enough, because they're on the stock market. And if you're on the stock market, well, your job is to make profit for shareholders. You know, I think the job of a company, whatever, should be to service customers, to provide the right things, to look after the people who work for it, and to look after the environment that they work in, that is the land around them, and their homes and their families. And that is what we belong to, really, families, society. And I think the beginning is all of us talking to each other, talking to our neighbours, our friends. You know, my telly broke, my computer broke. When it's the life in most days to use the computer. And actually I'm enjoying life more, because I've got time to think. I don't have to think what's on EastEnders or whatever. You know, give it a go.
I totally agree with everything that you've just said, and I just think that this consumerist society is just a little bit over the top, and I just think that people try and conform to the ideologies of what's perceived to be correct, and I just don't think it's right, basically. And I wrote a few posts like for the day, so I'll just read one if that's alright. I'll just read a short one for now. Instead of corporations, we need individuality, dedication, inspiration, motivation. We are being dumbed down in a state of suppression. The whole system has been engineered this way to keep us in a state of depression. Invisible shackles to keep the ties on the capability of our human minds. Cut the shackles loose and soon you will find a whole new way of being. Feeling like you have brand new eyes, a different way of seeing. This world that's Mother Nature that she wants it back. This fascist government system not ever appearing on the cracks as they just continuously try to cover up and hide their tracks.
Wow. Yeah, thank you.
I've got quite a few in here, I might bounce them out like through,
sure.
through this discussion. Does anyone want these?
Thank you, sorry, don't let me hold this. If you want it, take it away from me. No, you made me think about a poem that I don't know how I came across it really. Oh, it was on climate Facebook or something. I'm not going to say it, it's a very long one, but it's by somebody called John William Brown, and it's called Rebel, no, it's called When, I think, but it's about the chorus is like, rebel, revolt, resist, about being aware. But the other thing I wanted to say was, I came across a man who's written a book, well, with somebody else, and it's called Green Economics, I think, and it's about having a city-something, being published in the next couple of weeks. And that idea is that there is enough around for everybody to have decent living, you know, a share, if you like. me, that sounds, I don't know much about it, but it is about, if we keep going like we are going, we haven't got enough resources on the planet to survive. Any of us really, not just the rich, but anybody. And that's my concern. And when I grew up, it was nuclear bombs that I was scared of. And now I'm thinking about now, I'm just scared the planet may not be habitable for humans. It's certainly inhospitable.
Just to follow on directly from what you said, as I class myself as a young person, connected to that. Yeah, it is worrying because I don't think even sometimes contemplate, do I even want to have a child bring into this world? Is it a responsible thing to do that, to keep creating people who are going to be, I don't know, in pain, I don't know, suffering, if they aren't suffering, we're all inadvertently causing suffering to other people, whether we're like not we're all partners, and it's really difficult as a younger person based on the future of the world, whether environmentally, economically, politically. It's a worry.
And I think also, I may be getting a bit old to call myself a young person now, but there's this feeling of having had the ladder kind of pulled up before you could get onto it. So I was lucky enough to be in the last years of benefiting from a free university education, but people, you know, more than about 5 years younger than me, that's not an issue anymore. They've got to pay fees, so that's it's a couple of years I think after I went there, fees came in, and now they've grown and grown and grown to the extent that if you were on what's called a median income, which means 50% of people are earning more than you and 50% are earning less, you won't clear your student debt in the 30-year period. From the people who are paying the £9,000, they won't clear that debt. But you see, the thing is that the universities have to charge that money because their funding for research is being slashed. So they have to make the research funding from fleecing undergraduates. So universities are going to suffer out of this because they're not going to get the money back because the government's going to stop collecting it for them. But there's that. There's a property market. The only people of my age who own a house own it because they've had significant help from their parents, most likely because a relative has died leaving money on property. And so, you know, we're facing a young generation coming through university now, just finished university, who've got little prospect of a job because the senior people all over the place will have to work longer. They've got little prospect of entering the housing market, as flawed as the whole housing market is. But, you know, affordability is a major issue, because that's all been tied up with old people speculating on the housing market and the cost of education. And it's almost as if there's this tension being created. And of course a lot of older people are also suffering as well with pensions and the cost of fuel and things like that. And you get the sense that there's this pulling apart between younger people and older people. There's trying to create these tensions between these two sides that, you know, mean that we're fighting amongst ourselves instead of trying to address the reasons why we're in this situation.
Can we just let the new person in the group introduce himself, if you want to? Just say who you are and just what.
I'm Walter.
And shout up a bit.
I'm Walter. I used to be part of Leeds Occupation and Leeds Coalition Against War. And I believe I'm still a member of this occupation. I have been representing Leeds Occupation and I did come on before. I am a survivor and I'm also a victim of these government cuts. You realise what these cuts are doing to vulnerable people? I've just been speaking to the rest of the team down there who were giving out the magazines for these socialist workers, and they said that, you know, because of my benefits being cut, they're going to represent me as advocates because they believe that it's just appalling what these cuts are doing. It's wrecking the lives of poor people who are vulnerable and will be becoming more and more and more vulnerable. It's becoming wholly unacceptable. I'm now at a stage where I'm contemplating suicide. I've come to this place in my life where I've stopped and going, it's worth going on. I can't manage, I can't pay my bills, I can't pay my gas, I can't pay my electric. I've not hot water in the house, I've no heating. They're stopping the housing benefit because I'm living in a 2-bedroom flat which is infested with rats. And I can't get rehoused because they won't pay full housing benefit for even a 1-bedroom flat. I can't cope anymore. David Cameron lives in another world, he lives in a bubble. He won't come here and speak to us and hear what we have to say. It's shocking. More needs to be done. We should march on Whitehall and protest.
Thanks, Paul.
Yeah. Well spoken.
I was just wondering if it would be a good move to actually split into a further 2 groups now, because we're getting big enough to have trouble hearing each other, and it's like we're having to huddle together to hear each other, and that's stopping new people coming to the circle. So it might actually be a bit more visible to split down. What does anybody think about that?
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried about the time.
Okay to, all the people here, that if there's austerity you can make cuts and you can kill people. Because letting people die through cuts is exactly the same as killing them. I think there's no difference. So we're all very, very content with the idea to be mass murderers by taking away the right to life for other people. We're very content with that as a society. And I think that's a major problem with the way society is. We're very happy about killing other people as a society. We're very happy to spend our money on war in other countries instead of on helping people in this country, instead of supporting people with disabilities. But no, people with disabilities are evil. They must be got rid of in any way. There's this whole rhetoric of demonising people which has come about now, so that we can support the killing of people in other countries. So, we're a society that enjoys the idea of mass murder and enjoys the idea of taking things away from people. In that climate, the austerity agenda has become quite popular. And I think that's a problem. I think a lot of people kind of tacitly support the austerity agenda. And I don't really know how to raise consciousness amongst people to change that.
Andy, I appreciate that you're shouting so that people can hear, as well as because you're angry. But people are commenting that they're finding it intimidating.
Come on, yeah.
That's a good thing.
Actually that's a very interesting point, because it reflects to me exactly what I was talking about when I first spoke in the circle, about how people feel that we have to censor ourselves against being afraid about what other people think. And what I was noticing was that Tanzir was addressing all his emotion to the centre of the circle, It was right in, and it was being addressed to the people who were here speaking. Now, it was not being addressed to anybody else, it wasn't a rant to the passers-by, it was addressing people who have stopped to talk and to listen here. And I think this is, this all to me is indicative of the subtle mindset which has been inculcated, that people are afraid of anybody who steps out of line from the conventional reality which is portrayed by the conventional mainstream news media, which
I was just thinking that song that was on before, Tracy Chapman, Occupy, that's about desperation when you're at the bottom of the pile in a very, boring and not very rewarding in any way job, and you want to get away from it. And I think so many of us are in that position now, that we're like wage slaves. We haven't got a future. There's a few people who've got a lot of money who could actually make it better for us and stop all the cuts that are being forced upon us now. And one of the things I'm thinking about is what's happening in Greece and in other countries, like you just mentioned about suicide levels. Well, what happens if the people in Greece, if they have another election and they elect a government that decides we're not going to have these austerity cuts? That's when we might feel our power. We need to learn about our responsibility and not be frightened to do
I think the austerity agenda is very interesting because everyone seems to go, oh, we've maxed out on our credit cards, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's interesting. How many people who've maxed out on their credit cards are no longer able to eat? All people who say that are people who are still comfortable in the fact that they've got enough money to do things, and probably will so for a while. And it's different when it gets to a country level, because you're actually paying for people to be able to live, whether they're reliant on state benefits or they're in a hospital and reliant on medical care. And it perfectly